Bardock was just a little boy. He was eating breakfast with his daddy, and his father said, "Do you like your waffles, my son?"
Yes, Daddy. And they're good.
Chew with your mouth closed, son.
Okay, Daddy, I'm sorry.
It's all right, baby. And then a few hours later, while he was eating breakfast still, he said,
Daddy, I want orange juice in a glass.
But his father said, "No, Bardock."
But why?
"Because a glass can hurt you, baby. Here, I put your orange juice in your sippy cup."
I don't want it in my sippy cup. I want it in a glass like a big boy. You tell me I'm a big boy.
Yes, I know I say that, Bardock. But you have to wait a little bit longer. When you're older, then you can drink from a glass. Here's your sippy cup.
No, glass.
No, baby.
Okay.
And then after breakfast, later that afternoon, his grandfather said, "My little Bardock, I'm going to be taking a nap, and I need you to be a good little boy and play with your toys, and then it will be lunchtime."
Okay, Dad.
All right. Stay out of the kitchen, okay?
Okay.
If you want a snack, then go get it. But, you're not allowed in the kitchen if I'm not there with you, okay?
Okay.
And then Bardock went off to play with his toys. But then a few hours later, he got thirsty for some water. So he walked into the kitchen, and he got on the step stool, and he was reaching for a glass cup, when all of a sudden the glass cup fell on his hand, and he was bleeding everywhere.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
And he heard his father coming, and he threw away the cup, and he hid his hand behind his back, and he ran to the bathroom and tried to clean off the blood. But it was so badly cut that he couldn't hide his injury that well, so he tried to hide it by hiding his hand behind his back again. And he kept it hidden for a while, until it was time for lunch, when his dad said, "Why aren't you using your other hand for your knife, son?"
I don't want to. My hand hurts.
"Why?"
No reason. It just hurts because I fell down.
"Okay, well, all right, son." But then a few hours later, his dad started to get suspicious, and he said, "Bardock, are you lying to me about something?" "Bardock, okay, look." "Son, what happened to your hand?"
I snuck into the kitchen. I tried to get a glass of water, and the glass fell on my hand and broke."
"Bardock, you know the rules."
I'm sorry, Dad.
"I know you're sorry, but I guess we have to go to the hospital now." "Let's go, come on." And then his father took him to the hospital, and the doctor said he needs stitches.
Stitches?
"Yes, Bardock. They're gonna put a needle through your hand and put stitches, because apparently you did not listen to me when I told you not to go into the kitchen. And what do? You go into the kitchen."
I'm sorry, Dad.
"I'm disappointed in you. You know better. Let's just get you fixed up, okay?"
Okay.
And then the doctor called him in and got him ready to do the stitching. "Okay, little boy, this is gonna hurt, but I need you to be strong."
Can I hold my daddy's hand?
"Of course you can." And then the doctor began to stitch his hand up.
Ow! Oh,
Don't look at the needle, baby.
oh, oh.
Shh, shh, shh. And then a few hours later, he woke up from the operation. And he said, Daddy. Hi, baby. And then the doctor came back with some bandages and he bandaged Bardock's hand up. And he said, here's some ointment and make sure he doesn't get that hand wet and everything will be fine. Okay, thank you. On the drive home, Bardock stayed quiet and he was looking out the window as a tear went down his face. And his father looked at him through the mirror and he said, Are you okay, my little boy? And then when they got home, Bardock began to cry and he held on to his father. And his father Sir Gohan, said, Baby, what's wrong?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's alright, baby. It's alright.
I'm sorry, Daddy. I won't break the rules.
I know you won't. I know. It's okay. Bardock, listen to me. It's alright.
So you're not gonna spank me or ground me?
No, baby. It was an accident. You didn't do it on purpose. And you're more important to me than a glass cup.
I am?
Of course you are. You're my little boy. No matter what you do, Bardock, you're always going to be my little boy. Always? Mm-hmm. Nothing is going to change that. Nothing at all. Now, come on, let Daddy give you a bath, okay? But make sure you don't get your other hand wet because it's cut, okay? Okay. And then his father took him to the sink that was in the bathroom. And he sat him down on the sink. Not laid him down, whoops. He sat him down on the sink and turned on the tap of the water and took a sponge and began to clean his son like that.
Daddy, why can't we go in the bathtub?
Because I had to give you a sponge bath, son. I can't put you in the bath. Because then all your hands and your whole skin are gonna get wet and that will infect the cut.
Oh, okay.
Alright. And then after a nice sponge bath, his daddy wrapped him in a towel the best he could.
Ow.
Oh, baby, what's wrong?
My hand hurts.
Okay, well, here's some medicine.
Yucky. No.
Come on, Bardock. We have to take medicine so we can feel better.
Okay.
And then he took it, and his father said, For being a good little boy and taking your medicine, here's a popsicle.
Yummy. Strawberry, my favorite flavor.
My little boy. Want to read a story?
Yeah.
Okay. And then both father and son were reading a book together. And Bardock said,
Look, Daddy. A Super Saiyan picture.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Do you like going Super Saiyan?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that when I grow up.
Well, you can do whatever you want and whatever you set your mind to when you grow up, my son. Tickle, 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 tickle.
Daddy.
My baby. Who's my baby?
I
am.
Sleepy.
Are you hungry, baby?
Yeah, can I have some soup?
Of course. And then at dinner time, Bardock ate his soup and drank some water from his sippy cup. And later that night, his father laid him down and said, Sweet dreams, baby. Daddy? Yeah, I'm sorry. It's alright, baby. I forgive you. You don't have to keep apologizing. It's fine now. Everything's okay. But you gotta understand. The reason I say these rules are for my safety. I don't want you to get hurt because I love you. Here, let me take your bandana off so you can sleep better. No. Okay, you want it on, don't you? Alright. His father gave him a kiss and a hug, and he said, I love you, baby. Don't ever forget that. And he wrapped the blanket around him and tucked him in and said, Sweet dreams.
Good night, Daddy.
And then a few days later, his hand started to feel better, and the stitches were able to come out. And ever since that day, Bardock never drank from a glass. He always used his sippy cup because he learned his lesson that you can't touch glass if you're a little kid. You have to wait until you grow up. And Bardock said,
I like my sippy cup, Daddy.
I knew you were gonna like it. It has a dinosaur on it. Do you like dinosaurs?
Yeah, I do like dinosaurs.
My little baby. And for being a good boy and apologizing to Daddy yesterday, I have a surprise for you.
What is it?
Is it a glass cup? No, try again.
It's a teddy bear. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome, baby boy. The end.